America's Best presents Portland Pride Soccer. Tonight's action brought to you by 7-Eleven. Also by Coin TV Channel 6. And by Cellular One. And by Supercuts. Good evening and welcome to Portland's Memorial Coliseum for tonight's opener in the inaugural season of the Continental Indoor Soccer League. Very exciting to have indoor soccer or soccer of any kind back in the city of Portland at the professional level. 1990, the last time we saw it when the Portland Timbers finally folded up shop and went away. The Continental Indoor Soccer League makes up 7 pro franchises around the United States and Mexico. Yes, one team from Monterrey. But tonight, Portland takes on the Sacramento Knights in the opener, again, of the inaugural season. We'll come back and talk about soccer and have the opening matchup, opening kickoff, right after this quick timeout.
For all the ways there are to work up a thirst, 7-Eleven has over 300 ways to quench it. No one puts out a fire like 7-Eleven.
Thank heaven.
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, it's a good thing I found you.
Good evening and welcome to Portland's Memorial Coliseum, as tonight it's the opener for the Portland Pride in the inaugural season of the Continental Indoor Soccer League. And as you see out at center field, as for those on radio, again, we're doing a simulcast tonight with TV as well. The Portland Pride being introduced, the Pride line out greeting the players as they're introduced one by one. Again, my name is Michael Convery. Glad you could join us here. This should be a very exciting opening night for this Continental Indoor Soccer League. It's a 7-team league comprised of 6 teams in America and 1 team in Monterrey, Mexico. And they hope by 1994 to add 3 more franchises to this league, that being Pittsburgh, Charlotte, and one other team that escapes my memory at the present, but we will find out that it is Las Vegas. Also wants to add a team next year into the Continental Indoor Soccer League, which would make it a 10-team league. Again, my name is Michael Convery, and at the last minute, we put together a color commentator for you, and he is a very good one. Steve Weaver, Dream Weaver, you know him from KFXX Radio, works the 6 to 9 shift, morning drive, and Dream, it's nice to have you alongside.
Well, I'll tell you what, I came in to sit and watch a game. I enjoy indoor soccer, and as I walked through, I went over to give my best and congrats to Brian Barrett, and he said, go up and see Michael Convery, and I said, I think he's busy, doesn't he have to do a broadcast? And he said, hey, we've got an extra headset, can you chip in tonight?
And you're chipping in.
Well, I'm enjoying it. This is, we've got a good crowd tonight. I spent a little bit of time walking around outside, and one of the great things, although baseball my passion, soccer is certainly one of my favorites. I've worked at 9 or 10 different years in both outdoor and indoor leagues, in the Major Indoor Soccer League and the North American Soccer League. And the thing that you see that you don't see at a lot of, say, the Beavers games or whatever, a casual crowd, a family crowd, and not men with their sons, but also women with their daughters, families, entire soccer teams of young girls. That's the market they're going to need to attack and take, and they will. I'm not sure what the crowd looks like, but it looks 70% capacity to me.
They were hoping for 8,000 tonight, and opening it seats about 10,000, maybe 10,500 for soccer, and they were hoping that it would be 80% full, and if they get to 88,000, that would be just about at that mark. And right now, as you look around, it looks like it's about, as you say, 70 to 80% full, and that's great for an opening night. You know this game of soccer, Steve, indoor soccer particularly, because you were with the St. Louis Steamers and some other clubs that played indoor soccer. For folks that have never come to an indoor soccer game, what can they expect here tonight?
It's going to look like human pinball. Yeah. That's exactly what it is. Hopefully you'll get it down to the end. You'll get a free game out of the deal. You're going to see for a while, especially in the early stages of the game, you're going to see guys trying to play outdoor soccer indoors. They're not going to be real comfortable with using the boards. It's played very similar to hockey on the same size surface. You've got the AstroTurf down, but you're going to be able to pass the ball to yourself. Use the wall as another player to pass it off the wall, blow by your defender, and then pick the ball up again. You'll also see a lot of times the shots will be taken not with the intent of going into the back of the net, but simply to catch the board or the glass and to pull the goalkeeper away and have another offensive player there, have the ball drop at his feet, direct the ball the other way into the back of that. You'll see a lot of that. So the shots on goals to actual goals made is going to be a little different than what you suspect, but that's a good thing.
Talk about a few of the rules that people might be confused about. The one that we illustrated on radio before we brought on the TV crowd was that the goaltender, you can pass the ball back to the goaltender, but he cannot use his hands. He's got to use his feet, his head, his chest, his thigh, and that's designed to pick up the pace and not allow you that safety valve. That could really be a problem if you're caught on your own end and you're outmanned.
It is, and you'll see this you'll have men in the penalty box just like hockey, so you're going to be playing a man short.
Right.
The other thing you're going to find is you're going to see a chance finally the goalkeepers are going to come out and try to score some goals. There were a guy in the old MISL by the name of Slobo Ilieski, which is hard to spell but awful fun to say.
Yeah, it is.
And he led the league for goalkeepers. They got one or two every year. You will see them come out and become another attacker. Watch what happens if they get out too far and they get caught kind of gazing, trying to direct it almost like a Kaiser Franz Beckenbauer would from a sweeper position, and a quick strike, and they come back the other way. You've got a chance for an open goal net, and the goalkeeper's on the field.
5 guys on the field, 1 goaltender, a total of 12 players out on a surface that's not very large. You're going to have bodies running into each other too.
Yeah, you're going to see some of that. You'll see those spread the field out as much as they can on this surface. But it is very crowded workspace, especially when they get into a red zone area where they're down striking. You're going to see an awful lot. And they'll try to crowd that net an awful lot. You'll see guys that are not particularly in this game that are great guys in the air. You won't see a lot of looking for, quote, a target man on a corner kick, trying to get the ball up in the air and let a guy head it home. Yeah. You don't see as much of that in this game. It is a very controlled game. This game will really increase and help improve a soccer player's ability to handle the ball, because you've got to dribble it a little bit closer. You won't see them going down on long charges by themselves, a right back or a left back, for instance, overlapping.
We talked about tonight being the opening night for the Portland Pride here in the inaugural season, but actually the Continental Indoor Soccer League opened their play earlier this week, actually Thursday in Monterrey, Mexico, and Monterrey knocked off San Diego, and the Sockers are kind of the Boston Celtics of indoor soccer. They've been around for a long time. That score was 10-8, and then they followed it up last night with the second game in the Continental Indoor Soccer League as Arizona beat Los Angeles by a score of 6-4. So, Steve, the knock against soccer in this country in the outdoor game is there's not enough scoring. There's not enough ways to cheer. But in this game, you're going to get some goals.
You know, I'll tell you what, the second part, yeah, there's an awful lot of goals, a lot of chance to cheer. The outdoor game, they say not enough scoring, is preposterous. We had a game I guess last week, the United States playing against Germany. The score was 4-3. If that's the NFL, that's 28-21, which is exactly the average score of the NFL 2 years ago.
That's true. You do see a lot of 1-0 games, though.
Yes. Well, what has happened is that for outdoor soccer to make it, they need to open up the game. You used to see where especially the English teams that get a lead, then they'd fall back and protect that 1-0 or 1-zip lead, and it became very boring, a defensive struggle. The Germans then, with Beckenbauer and Gerd Miller and whatever, that they opened up the attack, and you saw a faster, quicker game. If soccer is going to make it in this country, it's going to have to do it right now. The world is going to be at our doorstep next year for the World Cup.
Right.
And this is the time. And we have told the World Cup, we've told the world that in order to get the World Cup, we have to have leagues in place within a year after that, and it has to have some minor league systems in place, which we do. I think you're going to see a huge boom. And what has happened, the experience of the MISL, the North American Soccer League, and the old ASL, all those people, all those kids that started playing soccer and going then have grown up, and now they're the ticket buying public. This, I believe, will be the boom that people talked about 15 years ago.
You saw all the Portland Pride members being introduced, those dressed and those not dressed, as both teams now have been introduced. And from Portland's Memorial Coliseum, the singing of our national anthem as the colors will be presented at midfield. Again, for those of you on radio, the colors now have arrived at the center spot, Portland Pride. Very nice logo out on the center of the field. And now, singing our national anthem is the owner of the Portland Pride, Brian Parrott. But the guy plays more than tennis, I'll tell you what.
I've got all his albums.
Yeah.
It was between, you know, most people have the Carole King Tapestry album. I myself own that one not, but every one that Brian Parrott has produced in my home in a special place so that people can come over and in fact, neighborhood kids come over just to hear the Parrott album. His White album probably the best.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, I like that one a lot. I've got a double copy of mine. So anyway, the Portland Pride will take on the Sacramento Knights here at Portland's Memorial Coliseum. And again, Steve, about a week ago, the Oregonian chronicled over the last 10 years, the city of Portland has seen a lot of different leagues come into town, a lot of different teams try to start up and catch on, like the Blazers, maybe not even that high of a level, maybe just try to parallel the Winterhawks. And a lot of them have failed over the last 10 years. You get the idea, though, that this ingredient somehow is a little different from what we've seen over the last 10 years.
Well, a couple of things. I was in this town with the Breakers, came up from New Orleans. I was the director of sponsorships and marketing with that ball club in the USFL for a little over 2 years. you're positioning USFL against the NFL. No matter what time of year you play it, you're going to be compared to that. If you bring a continental basketball, you're going to be compared to the NBA. If you've got a minor league hockey team, you're going to be compared to the NHL. You're never going to be quite good enough. Minor league baseball is a step away as a AAA here to Major League Baseball. Folks that are Major League fans find that a little hard to swallow. Right here with indoor soccer, you have nothing else to compare it to. It's a brand new game, and the soccer in this country for the last 2 or 3 years has been pretty much on idle.
Yeah.
So this may have an opportunity, and again, they put on a good show. The word-of-mouth advertising, the street talk will carry this. I think they've got a chance. If this league can hang on for a couple of years, I think they've got a real shot at it.
As you saw on the television screen, Aram Kartzer, the goaltender for Sacramento, out. He is the captain for the Knights, and the captain for the Portland Pride is Ralph Black. The Soccer Queens of Portland will kick out the first official soccer ball for the Continental Indoor Soccer League. We'll give you the lineups for the Portland Pride to start again. In goal, Jim Gorsick, probably one of the best goaltenders in indoor soccer over the last 10 years. Played a lot of years in San Diego when the Sockers were very, very good, but his latest professional stint was with St. Louis of the Major Indoor Soccer League. Jim Gorsick, at age 37, is the elder statesman of the Portland Pride. Also out on the front line is Dick McCormick, the 24-year-old from Warner Pacific, out there along with Rob Bartz up front. Bartz out of the University of Portland. Over on the right wing getting the start for the Pride. Let's try to get the eyes down there to get that number. We don't get starting lineups, so we'll just have to kind of go along. Ralph Black is on the back line for Portland.
Joey Leonetti is in.
Leonetti, okay.
And I'm looking, I see Steve Piercy is in.
Portland Pride dressed in their home white uniforms with the purple trim, the black shorts, and Sacramento will have the opening kickoff. Knights down the left side into the Portland zone. It's Vasco Rubio. Rubio loses control though, and here come the Pride on their first offensive possession ever. And now down on the Sacramento side, here's a shot from the left wing up and over the post from Rob Bartz, out of play. It'll be a goal kick for Sacramento. First shot taken by Rob Bartz is good 4 feet over the post.
Very similar to what you see sometimes in basketball, or a similarity, is they set up plays. They get the ball to the corner, they move out, they kick it out, they've got a man in the wing, they're looking for somebody on the far side to be the garbage man to pick it off the wall. This shot just high and right, but a hard shot, and the crowd went ooh.
Referees Eric Beck and Craig Hill. The assistant referee tonight is Meredith Vanderberg. Here come the Knights across the midfield, lose control. Pride has it back. Ball loose in the middle of the field, and Portland will retain possession. Setting up now the offense. Down on the right wing, this is shot, goes wide. Out to try to make the save was Kartzer, but the shot was wide from Portland. Now we have our first whistle. Chris Scotty, I believe, had that shot, but that one was a good 2 feet wide of the post.
You're looking, you saw at that time the old give and go. Send the man into the middle to a postman, then split around him, kick the ball back. The old 1-2. And again, a hard shot on goal. The crowd still loves it.
Glenn Lurie with the shot. It's under the score for Portland. Lurie banked it off the boards, and a headshot goes in. Dick McCormick, I believe. A minute 10 into the first game, and the Pride have their first goal. Now it's going to be Neil Megson. Megson gets the goal from the defender. And Steve, you talked about it, off the boards, a great pass by Glenn Lurie, and Megson was right there to head it past Kartzer for the first goal.
You know, it is amazing. I had just said that I had made the comment about taking the shot off the wall, a misdirection, being right back. I also said you wouldn't see as much game played with the head in the first shot. The first goal for this young team is with the head shot.
Nangitog trying to clear it for the Portland Pride, as now it's down on the Sacramento zone, or down in the Portland zone. Sacramento with possession. Gorsuch comes out, knocks it away. Here comes Leonetti up the right wing. Leonetti crosses the midfield stripe, now looks to go into the red zone. Goes around his man, puts in a shot, centering, nobody there, and it goes all the way through. Sacramento now will get possession and come up the right side of the floor. This is Hicks. Hicks with a shot and a save by Jim Gorsuch. Gorsuch, his first ever save as the Portland Pride goaltender. He'll make many of those through this 28-game season.
See right now the first change on the fly has taken place with new Pride headed out onto the floor, and you try to beat them just like you do in hockey. Try to get behind them.
Garrett Smith lobs a pass down into the right corner. Pride get possession. Working it down on the right corner, I believe, is Chris Scotty. Scotty sends it back out to Ralph Black at midfield. Black lobs one in off the plexiglass at the goal mouth. Giving chase is Rob Bartz. Bartz in the left corner, guarded closely, loses control. Coming up the other way is Steve Petuski. Petuski lost it, gets it back for Sacramento. Here's Alejandro Caño. Loses it, Ralph Black runs it down and comes up the left wing. Black on a break, 3-on-2. Portland with a shot in the middle, good! Goal! Makes it again! Great play by Ralph Black. Coming up the left wing, and a perfect pass to Megson. Was it Megson or not? No, my mistake again. Billy Crook.
You know, when they came down, defense is a very important part. When you mark in outdoor soccer, sometimes you're just trying to contain. Here you actually have a chance to steal the ball, much like basketball, much like in hockey, and change the direction. The Sacramento Knights got caught in midfield in a fast break, and they're about ready to lose it again.
Here's a shot, goaltender out. Portland has possession, can't get control though. Near a goal again. 2-0 Pride on top, 11:35 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a breakaway for Sacramento. Shot saved by Gorsuch, and it's knocked out to midfield. Shot by Vasco de Rubio for Sacramento, but Gorsuch with a good save. Here's a pass down into the right corner. Rubio will head it up and over the plexiglass into the stands. 2-0 Portland on top, 11:19 to go first quarter.
Defense plays a very important part. Everyone has to get in and help cover that goal mouth when they have these misdirected shots, or that when the action gets furious in front, they're going to have to be there to clear the ball, if nothing else, just to give the goalkeeper a chance to get back in position.
Chris Scotty tries to work it into the goal mouth and is tripped up, and that'll be a penalty kick for Portland. Gorsuch got it out to Leonetti, and he went to Scotty, and now a free kick. Rubio takes it and hits it. No, that was Nongitong, the number 9 pick in the draft, drills it home, and all of a sudden it's already 3-0 Portland. Break him up.
There are, what, 4 minutes gone in this contest, 4 minutes and 2 seconds. You're up 3-0, and the crowd is into this.
Nongitong just flat out beat the goaltender, Aram Cards there, and Sacramento is going to take a timeout. Mike O'Malley, the head coach, 4 minutes into the contest, takes their timeout. They only get one per half. 10:58 left to go here in the first quarter. We'll break away for a 1-minute timeout. Our score, it's Portland 3, Sacramento nothing.
Thank you.
All of our children deserve a happy and healthy start in life. Hi, I'm Shirley Hancock. You know, childhood is a critical time for developing self-esteem, building relationships, just learning the basic skills. Getting our children off to a good start will help them the rest of their lives.
For free parenting information, counseling, and referrals, call us at the Oregon Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Help all children receive the care they deserve and build a better future for everyone.
Feeling so thirsty, gotta put out the fire. Feeling so thirsty, go down to the river and put out that fire. Go down to the river.
For all the ways there are to work up a thirst, 7-Eleven has over 300 ways to quench it. No one puts out a fire like 7-Eleven.
We welcome you back live to Portland's Memorial Coliseum. Michael Convery along with Dreamweaver. 3-0 Portland Pride on top. And Sacramento taking a timeout. Head coach Mike O'Malley, a veteran for indoor soccer, coached 2 years with the Cleveland Force of the Major Indoor Soccer League, wanted to talk it over. Here's a shot inside and a score for Sacramento. Gorsuch lost control of it and it went across the goal mouth, and Sacramento's on the board at 10:29 of the first quarter. Gorsuch lost concentration that time and just let one slip through.
The ball went across the line by only a few inches. It shows he drops to his knees, it drops between his legs. He had it. It looked like he was lifting his head, maybe looking to see where the offensive team was, where he's going to distribute the ball, and got away. Should not have been there. He should have stopped that.
Bosco Rubio will get credit for the goal for Sacramento. Obviously his first this year. First goal for Sacramento. Here's John Bain. John Bain will knock it back to his goaltender, and again he has to kick it. He cannot use his hands, and he kicks it into the crowd. So Sacramento will have a free kick now down in the Portland zone.
Looked like he wanted to go down with his hands and changed his mind, fell over backwards as he kicked that ball into the crowd.
Here's Luis Mario Oranello, loses control. But down the other side, now it's the Sacramento goaltender hitting it into the Portland zone, and now a whistle at midfield, and it's going to be a infraction against Sacramento. Again, the referee Eric Beck signaling a three-line pass for the Kings, so we'll come back down the other side. Again, that's a pass where it crosses your own red line, the center line, and the other red line before one of your players is able to hit it. Here's a shot that bounces off the board. It bounces off the Sacramento goaltender Aram Kardzer and goes back into the net. Another goal.
That one was not counted on. This one hits the back of hits the wall and then bounces off the goalkeeper's net. He is misdirected. You're kind of hoping on that one. He's so far out of position. It'll drop in someone else's foot. You're in with an open net. Hits him in the back. Danny Ainge would love to see this to take some of the heat off of it.
I'm not sure who they gave credit for that goal. We'll try to find out. But it's 4-1 in favor of Portland now. Down in the zone. Nice defensive play by Abram Rubio. Rubio knocked it away. Portland now has possession. Leonetti works it down the right side. Here's Rubio. Rubio working one-on-one against one of the Sacramento players. Takes a shot. It's blocked away nicely. And coming out to make the save for Sacramento is Aram Kardzer, their goaltender. 4-1. Portland on top just 6 minutes into the first quarter.
Portland is so much quicker at the wings, so much quicker at midfield at this point than Sacramento. We'll see what happens in the next period, but right now they're just so much faster.
Rubio sends it back to number 5, and that's Paul Hansen. Hansen with the shot. It scores. 4-2. Is this supposed to happen, Steve?
Yeah, this is, I'll tell you what, I have been to ball games where I've seen them go 16-14. You can be up a 9-zip, and it is not safe. Looks like Gorsuch got caught in trying to make a move to the ball, misdirected off his own player's foot, who's trying to save the ball, keep it out of the net, and he lost sight of it.
So, a goal for Sacramento, and now it's 4-2 in favor of Portland. The Pride came out, scored 3 goals in the first 4 minutes, but here in the last 2 minutes, we've had 2 goals from the Knights and 1 from Portland. It was a gift goal for the Pride. Here is a save on a shot made by Gorsuch. Gorsuch sends it down into the Sacramento zone. That's going to be a 3-line pass, but Sacramento gets there first, and they knock it out of bounds. So Portland will have a free kick here on the left, just inside their red line. 4-2, Portland Pride on top. 8:24 to go here in the first quarter. Here's a pass inside, almost a shot by Chris Scotty, but jumping down on it is Kardzer for Sacramento. Knights with possession, but now the Pride get it back, working it into the center of the field for the Pride, going left side. Scotty back out to Ralph Black. Black to Leonetti. Leonetti, some nice footwork, tries to get around, can't do it, coming out to make the save.
Tried to bounce the ball off the boards.
Goaltender.
Tried to bounce the ball off the boards, did not have enough oomph on it, and it just died coming off. May have needed one more cushion if you were shooting billiards with this one.
We are shooting billiards.
Yeah, it is. I'm telling
you what,
it is human pinball.
I think people are in the crowd are kind of in awe. They're like, you know, we've only played 7 minutes here, and we already have 6 goals. We got another timeout on the field. Official timeout. 4-2. Portland on top. 7:42 to go first quarter. We'll take a breather. Come back after a 1-minute timeout.
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, good thing I found you.
All of our children deserve a happy and healthy start in life. Hi, I'm Shirley Hancock. You know, childhood is a critical time for developing self-esteem, building relationships, just learning the basic skills. Getting our children off to a good start will help them the rest of their lives.
For free parenting information, counseling, and referrals, call us at the Oregon Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Help all children receive the care they deserve and build a better future for everyone.
Welcome back to Portland's Memorial Coliseum, and you'll never guess what just happened. We had another goal, a free kick after that timeout. Ralph Black lined it up and shot it into the deep left corner. No chance whatsoever for Aram Kardzer. We'll take a look at the replay on television. What a shot by Ralph Black, Steve.
It is you can see that John Bain and his crew have put together an awful lot of work on set plays of direct and indirect free kicks. This one they sent a man in front of the goalkeeper looking to decoy him, nothing other than to blind him, and then dropping the sign in the last second. The ball whizzes by both of their ears, and it's in the back of the net. John Bain's done a great job with this.
They've been working out at the Oregon Indoor Arena out in Oregon City for the better part of the last month. They did have a tournament down in San Diego about 2 weeks ago, and the Pride fared very nicely with a lot of their key players out of action. Here's the goal kick coming in for Portland Pride after a missed shot by Sacramento. Goes all the way down to the other side, and now we'll swing it up the other way, and Sacramento has possession in Portland's front court, and being knocked over rather rudely that time was one of the Sacramento Knights, who doesn't appear on the roster.
Billy Crook, it looks like.
Well, Billy Crook is the guy that knocked him over, but who's the guy that got knocked over? I thought that was number 3. There ain't no number 3 on the Sacramento roster.
We don't have it. He must be a late entry. I think maybe that's what I was supposed to be doing. They said, no, you're going to be on radio tonight.
Well, you know, it's the opening night. What can we say?
Well, the crowd's getting what they want. 5-2 with 7:02 to go, and they're excited about this. We had their last time out. They came out and fixed some of the plexiglass above the goal.
You know, it's interesting. That plexiglass was cracked just prior to the kickoff as well. Just the Pride out there warming up before tonight's game, and they had to delay the contest a good half hour. But apparently now we're okay, and we're going to play indoor soccer.
You look, some of these kicks go as much as 65, 75 miles an hour. You can imagine a goalkeeper having this thing come off turf at a short distance on a wide open net. What he's got to be thinking as this ball sails towards him.
Garrett Smith knocks it into the Sacramento zone, but they can't set it up. Now Nangitong gives chase, sets it up down the right side. Here comes the Pride. Back over to Garrett Smith. Smith works at right wing. Here's a shot by Leonetti. No good. Back out in the goal mouth. It's loose, but knocked out by the Knights. Close to another goal for Portland, but good defense that time from the blue-clad Sacramento Knights.
Portland, besides being much quicker, is also playing the walls a little bit better. Saw a perfect example of this case where the Pride passed off the wall around 2 defenders to get the ball to an open winger, who then centered the ball, and there was confusion there, but they're getting the open shots. They're quicker on the wings, and they're also using the boards better. That's another man on their team if you use it properly. They've got the extra man. Right now, Sacramento has not figured out the walls.
Nangitong, you saw a good shot of him as that shot goes into the picnic area behind the goal, and that's kind of a nice little feature here at the Coliseum.
A great area. I think Cell 1 is over there right now. They're going to issue hard hats to most of these folks at the moment while they're over there. Sacramento on the attack. They're in front of the goal mouth. A shot to Gorsuch. Gorsuch off right, gets it off the wall. The counterattack now going, a breakaway. 2-on-1 here by the Pride. A man open in the center, off the wall. There it is. 2 quick shots deflected. The Pride looked awful good on that one.
Thank you very much, Steve. Sacramento now with possession, back in their own zone, and they'll set it up back to their goaltender, Aram Kardzer. Cards there, crosses the red line and now sends it down the right sideline along the glass.
Watch it back!
This is Vasco Rubio, has 1 goal tonight for Sacramento, working it, tries to get it inside, but it's knocked away nicely by Portland defenseman Otnangitong.
I wonder if Vasco's nickname is Da Gama.
Very well may be.
That's your history lesson for tonight. I hope you're taking notes. There's a quiz on Sunday morning.
Here's a pass inside to Sacramento. Rubio sends it back outside the red line. Now Sean Blakeman. A kick inside. Nobody there for Sacramento, and Ralph Black will run it down for the Pride. Captain Ralph Black has it knocked away, though, and Sacramento gains possession. 4:45 to go in a fast-paced first quarter of the Continental Indoor Soccer League as the Pride on top 5-2. Here's a breakaway possibility for the Pride, knocked away, though, by Sacramento. We've kind of slowed down the pace here the last minute or so, but here comes the Pride now on about a 4-on-3 break. Now they slow it up. Ralph Black sends it left side. In the middle, down in the corner now. Here's a shot by Leonetti, off the board, no good, but Portland will run it down, and now a
handball, it looked like.
Handball against the Pride. Neil Makeson whistled for it.
This happens quite a bit. The ball will come off at a funny angle off the boards on the bottom and get up in the guy's hands. His hands are there, nothing to do with them, no place to go. He gets caught, we're going the other way.
Goaltender Aram Cards there, sends it up the left side now for Sacramento. They trail 5-2. Here late in the first period. 4 15-minute quarters. And then if we're tied, we go into a 10-minute sudden death overtime. Black gets possession for Portland. Now battle for the loose ball at midfield, won by Sacramento. The Knights working it into the Portland zone, looking for a shot. Here's a shot, though, a save made by Jim Gorsuch. In the right corner. Pride working into the Sacramento area. Now we got a penalty against one of the Knights.
5-10 for this one. This guy just was accosted over in the corner. You're starting to see them when the Portland is so much quicker. You're starting to see the Sacramento defensive effort. They're starting to push a little bit. They're starting to get their hands on the players. They're trying to hold them up. You watch some jersey and short grabbing down there in the corner.
Portland now with a free kick. There's a shot on goal, knocked away. Nice attempt that time from Rubio, but it was blocked away, and Sacramento now has possession. Down 5-2 here in the first quarter. Knights work it down into the Portland zone. There's a shot on goal, knocked away by Rubio.
Run it right, stay with him on. Push out, Garrett out.
Patuski now with it down in the left corner, loses control, coming up the other way, Glenn Lurie. Lurie had it knocked away at midfield, and Sacramento gets it back. Both teams now struggling for quality shots. Patuski up the right wing, lets it fly and is boarded 6-7 feet wide of the goal, but Sacramento still has possession. Now they lose it as Otnangitong, the defender, runs it down for Portland.
Both teams are looking a little ragged at the moment. It's been a pretty hairy pace, and you see that some of their shots are missing the mark.
There's Rubio with a shot. Nice move by Abram Rubio, but a better save by Cards there. You're right, Stephen, that the pace is slowed a bit as both teams now have kind of gotten control of what they want to do. 5-2. Here comes Black right off the bench and takes it away from Sacramento.
A real surprise for Sacramento. They're dribbling down, they're looking ahead, and all of a sudden someone changes on the fly. A guy steps out of the car door, and there he is.
Nice defensive play that time by Neil Megson on the breakaway. Got in front and blocked away the shot. Makes it easy for his goaltender, Jim Gorsuch. Minute and a half to go, first quarter here at the Coliseum. 5-2, Portland on top. Neil Megson sends a high floater down into the right corner for Leonetti. Leonetti will bring it back out to the red line, and the Pride will look to set up the half court, so to say. Neil Megson with possession. The Knights setting up now on defense. A man-to-man defense right now.
1 minute to play.
Megson and Black just playing out at midfield. Not much developing there now. That'll be a three-line pass unless Gorsuch comes out, though, and gains control. Gorsuch now will become part of the offense, sends it down the left side. That'll be a two-line pass. That'd be all right. Ball is knocked over the plexiglass by Sacramento, and Portland now will have a free kick in the Sacramento zone. I want to remind you that Portland Pride Soccer is brought to you by 7-Eleven. Oh, thank Kevin for 7-Eleven. There's a shot that goes over the glass into the stands. We're down to 32 seconds left to go here in the first period. 5-2 in favor of the Pride. This just the first of 14 big home games this summer as the Pride spring into action. Tickets are as low as $4.50. If you can spend $6.50 for a movie, come on out and see something different for $2 less. Here's a shot inside. Nice save that time by Cardzer. Sacramento down to their last 10 seconds. Shot off the glass. Rebound. Shot off the glass. Another shot, perhaps, off the glass and saved by Gorsuch. And we're going to run out of time. I would have to turn that a pretty successful first quarter for the Portland Pride, Steve.
The crowd is coming to their feet in applause for the first quarter of the Portland Pride. A standing O for the Pride, and they love this game. 5-2. We'll be ready with another 15. Listen to this crowd. They like it. I think this is a thumbs up from the the players are acknowledging with some waves. This could be the start of another love affair.
First quarter complete ever. First one in the books. 5-2 Portland. We'll come back with the second quarter after a 1-minute timeout.
Feeling so thirsty, gotta put out the fire. Feeling so thirsty, go down to the river and put out that fire. Go down to the river.
For all the ways there are to work up a thirst, 7-Eleven has over 300 ways to quench it. No one puts out a fire like 7-Eleven.
Thank heaven.
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, good thing I found you.
So 5-2 in favor of the Pride as we get set for quarter number 2. And again, Steve, a big rush to start out. And you got to expect that. Most of these players, again, from the city of Portland or have Northwest ties. They love playing the game, and the thought of playing the game professionally in front of 6,000, 7,000, 8,000 fans, getting paid for it, is beyond their wildest dreams, and they showed that here in the first 15 minutes.
Came out very quick. You can see the work that Coach Bain has done with these kids, and he's out there hustling his rear end up and down with them. A couple key points. One is Portland is just so much quicker, or were so much quicker during the first period. They were beating them in the wings. Portland also doing a much better job at using the walls, both on the sides and up against the walls next to the goal to get the goalkeeper out and pick it up. They swarm the front of the area. There's always 2 or 3 guys around to pick off the loose ball to try to put it in. Looking at Sacramento, if you look, most of their shots were directed right at the goalkeeper. They were shooting for the goal mouth. They were not looking to misdirect him. Gorsuch really shouldn't have allowed the first one that went in. The second one was missed player's feet, so that one didn't work as well.
Yeah, it really should be 5-1. The first goal for Sacramento was an El Cheapo that Rubio got credit for, but Gorsuch just let it slip right through his legs. Here's a long shot knocked away. Portland now working down to our right as they'll switch ends. Again, the Pride in the home white with the purple trim and the black shorts. Sacramento now with possession at midfield. Losing control now. Back in the own red zone is Nangitang. Nangitang works it up the left side, but now here comes Sacramento once more. This is Sean Blakeman with possession. Blakeman lets one fly, and it's wide of the goal. Leonetti now looking for possession. Can't quite get it. Blakeman gets it back for Sacramento, and he is kicked from behind by number 14, Glenn Lurie, 27-year-old. Last played with Milwaukee at the National Professional Soccer League. So referee Eric Beck will set it down for Sacramento. And Blakeman gives a run, takes a shot, it's blocked away. Back out for Sacramento. Lob pass inside, caught by Gorsuch. And Gorsuch now will send it down the left wing. All the way down the left side. Looking it is Neil Megson. Megson back outside the red line. Now they send it way back out to the defenseman Ralph Black, and he lobs one down into the left corner. Leonetti now down there working against two of the Knights, had it knocked away. Pass inside. Leonetti header right side. Nangitong trying to get to it. Now Rubio there, and they lose control. Here's Rick Iverson working it up now for Sacramento. Knights have possession. Blakeman working 1-on-2 and sends it back. Paul Hansen works it into the right corner. 13 minutes to go first half. Pride on top 5-2. Knights send it through, nobody there. Portland now with possession again. Here's a shot 30 feet over the, well, maybe 20 feet over the net. And Portland now will have a free kick in their own zone.
You're seeing Sacramento coming down very deliberate, trying to set something up, move the ball around, look for an open shot, almost like a controlled basketball game where the Portland Pride run and gun, kind of showtime up and down the court or the field at pretty much a breakneck pace when they get the opportunity. You see them always ready to go. When the ball changes feet, they're on the move.
Gorsuch will put it into play deep into the Sacramento zone. Good defense there by the Knights by Paul Hansen, got it away, and now Sacramento with possession, working it up the left wing. Some nice fancy footwork by Luis Mario Orellano, and he is knocked over.
Congratulations.
Thank you very much. I took Spanish in high school.
Yeah, buddy. Or that should be, yeah, buddy, ole.
Pablo. Here's a, Megson will make the, or rather Gorsuch makes the save for Portland. And he'll fire it up the left wing. Pride came out in a fury, scored 4 goals in the first 5 minutes, but we've been silent now for the last 8-9 minutes of this game. Things have settled down a bit. But it's better to be settled down with a 3-goal lead as opposed to the other way around. Sacramento a little bit lackadaisical in their own zone, almost gave up a cheap goal, but finally they clear it. Now Portland gets possession once more. Here's Rubio with a shot up and over the bar, no good.
Missed kick, he had it. He was there. He had 2/3 of the goal was open. They had gotten the goalkeeper pulled to the side. A quick centering, he was there. It should have been there. That should be another one. You can see the difference. Gorsuch has got indoor experience. He plays it like indoor soccer. The Sacramento goalkeeper still looks a little bit like he thinks he's outdoors.
By mistake, Chris Scotti with the shot that time for Portland, and he sent it over the crossbar. And Sacramento now will gain possession. Here's Glenn Lurie at midfield, loses it. Blakeman now runs it down for Sacramento. Knights working across the mid-stripe. Down
away,
the right
get away.
corner. Catch and run.
Away.
They can't quite get it. Here's Blakeman with a drive that's knocked away by Gorsuch. That was a major league shot by Blakeman from the red line, and Gorsuch blocked it away. Best save of the night, either side. Blakeman for Sacramento. Sends it in. Now a lob pass down the left side. Giving chase is Leonetti. Leonetti getting a lot of time here in the first half for the Pride.
The game is getting a little bit more physical. The kids with the Pride showing some strength in holding off Sacramento when they get down in the corners. But you wonder if they're going to be able to stay strong enough, long enough. The Sacramento team, a pretty good-sized ball club.
There's a shot down inside. It's a goal for Sacramento. Little loose on the defensive wing that time for Portland was Garrett Smith, and Sacramento able to score off the far post.
Great play. The ball comes off the corner, out of the corner at a funny angle, left-footed it, and just took it hard and deep to the right side. Gorsuch had already come over, swung over, looking for the goal to come off the angle, but a very small opening there, and he found it.
Sean Blakeman will get the credit for the goal for Sacramento, his first goal of the night, and the Knights now trail it 5-3 after falling behind 3-0 early on. And I mean early on in the first 3 minutes of the game. Here's a shot by Sacramento again. This one goes deep into the crowd. There you see some of the fans on hand, and a nice That was a nice throw in from the section 22.
We're going to sign that kid up, both hands. He may have moved his foot, but I'll give him that one.
Yeah, drug his foot over the concourse, but that's okay. Here comes Sacramento on a 2-on-2 breakaway. Portland not getting back on defense as well as they were early on. And this group for Sacramento now starting to put together some runs. Here's Portland, though, on a run of their own. Down the left side, here's Rubio. Rubio with a shot, a great save by Sacramento. Coming out, Cards there to make the grab. Rubio had a shot, but couldn't get it through. Cards there came out nicely and blocked the angle. Rubio, Abraham Rubio, from Mexico, but went to McMinnville High School. Graduated a couple of years ago.
Good, stay with your man.
Here's Steve Petuski working it for Sacramento. Blakeman again, getting a lot of time here in the second quarter. Scored the last goal for the Knights. Sends it back. Now into the middle to Petuski. Knocked away. And Sacramento will run it down. Here's a shot from 40 feet away, and it's up and over the bar and knocks over the Cellular One banner. I think that's a penalty. Cellular One will fine him for that.
That's right. This is no longer a free call for this guy.
No.
We're starting to see some things that would concern me if I am the Pride at this point. A lot of time being spent down in front of my own goal. They're having the opportunity to move the ball around at will, where they're not being pushed out far enough. They're getting a lot of shots in. Blakeman's doing a great job of distributing the ball, setting it up, putting it where he needs it. It is going to translate eventually into some goals. It would not surprise me to see this thing go 5-4 very quickly unless the Pride changes the game real fast.
9:09 left to go first half. 5-3 Pride on top. Here comes Sacramento. Boy, they've had possession a lot here in the second quarter. Here's a pass down on the left wing. Petuski working it, lost control, but Sacramento runs it down again. Working in the Portland zone. A bank shot inside. Petuski's got a shot, and it's knocked away. Lost his footing, or else that might have been trouble. Alejandro Caño loses control. Here comes Lurie for Portland the other way, working 1-on-2. Works it around the corner, off the boards, but Sacramento is there on defense. Portland gets it back, though. Now shot inside, off the board, no good. And Blakeman there to save for Sacramento. Portland worked that board pretty good. Almost came up with the shot. Blakeman had to make the save as the goaltender Cards there got out in front, too far.
Whoever's on the opposite side when the goalkeeper is pulled, his job is to get in front of the goal.
Watch it here on the replay. Watch, they play the board. Cards there is out of position. If Blakeman's not there, that's a goal for Portland. But Blakeman playing a very good second quarter offensively and now also defensively.
Blakeman, cool, calm, and collective, centers the ball, gets the ball down to his feet, is looking up to see where to distribute it. No panic and trying to get the ball out. Very comfortable with himself.
We're going to call a delay of game on Sacramento for intentionally knocking it out and a penalty kick for Portland, but it's not good. Rather
indirect free.
Indirect free kick. My mistake. Oh, here's a terrible, but he misses the shot. Back-to-back terrible mistakes. And they equal out. Two negatives equal a positive. Gorsuch came out, had the ball jump over him. One of the Knights had a wide open shot and missed it. And Gorsuch is upset at himself. If that would have gone in, that would have been two he could squarely put on his number.
It almost was 5-4. I say it's going to happen. The ball now headed out of bounds again. More of the equipment falling down with these shots as tearing apart the display.
Here comes Sacramento now with possession once more, looking to make it a one-goal game. Shot off the glass, no good. Getting it back, though, is Olanero. Loses it, and now Portland will just send it down into the Sacramento zone. Portland Pride, they look a little tired out there right now. Not really attacking much, just kind of sitting back and saying, come to us.
It is. They're being dominated now by a very deliberate offense. Things changed. Blakeman did a great job in directing. He is now getting a breather on the sideline. We'll be seeing what happens if they can keep this pace up. But they're willing to sit back and make 8 or 9 passes before they put it all in.
Petuski almost had a shot inside. It was knocked away. Also, Orlando with a shot, no good.
A little behind the back shot with that one. Very clever, very deceptive. Gorsuch wise to this trick and keeps it from going to the back of the net.
Here's Leonetti trying to get a charge going for Portland. They've been silent for the last 10 minutes now. Out to make a save out of his goal mouth is Cards there. Nice play by the goaltender for Sacramento. who's, after a rough start, really come to play the last quarter.
Goalkeeper had no business going over, sliding and kicking that ball at that point. If he doesn't clear it, he's in trouble. He was. Just the luck of the draw that they didn't end up with a goal for Portland on that one.
Nice defense by Hansen. Took the ball right away from Leonetti. You won't see that very often. Here comes Sacramento now. 4-on-3 shot saved by Gorsuch.
Again, a shot right at Gorsuch. Had you put that ball off the wall, you had two Sacramento players on the other side waiting for the garbage goal.
Next dead ball, we should have a official timeout. 5-3 in favor of Portland up the left wing. Bosco Rubio. Rubio sends it back. Here's Blakeman with a long drive. It's off the window, no good. Here comes Portland. On the rebound, Bart's trying to gain control, can't do it. Now Black will send it down into the Sacramento zone, up and over the glass. And that will be Portland, a free kick for Sacramento. 6:04 left to go here in the second quarter. 5-3 in favor of Sacramento, or rather Portland, my mistake. Here's a bicycle shot inside, up and no good from Craig Huft. And now a timeout called for Gorsuch.
Gorsuch had his gloves off, was bending over, picking up his gloves when the shot came in. And then he went in and guarded the ball in. What he was doing, I have no clue. But he did not have his gloves on, and he was not paying that much attention. There's equipment he's working on tape around his knees.
Well, we'll see. 5:52 left to go first half. Pride leads 5-3. We'll come back after a 60-second timeout.
All of our children deserve a happy and healthy start in life. Hi, I'm Shirley Hancock. You know, childhood is a critical time for developing self-esteem, building relationships, just learning the basic skills. Getting our children off to a good start will help them the rest of their lives.
For free parenting information, counseling, and referrals, call us at the Oregon Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Help all children receive the care they deserve and build a better future for everyone.
Feeling so thirsty, gotta put out the fire. Feeling so thirsty, go down to the river and put out that fire. Go down to the river.
For all the ways there are to work up a thirst, 7-Eleven has over 300 ways to quench it. No one puts out a fire like 7-Eleven.
Good shot of John Bain right there on television as he's talking it over with his team. He couldn't have asked for a better start as the Pride jumped out by a score of 4-1 in the first 5 minutes, but since that time, really haven't generated much, and Sacramento has taken advantage and gotten right back into the game, Steve.
They have played a very deliberate game. Ball possession seems to be Sacramento's strength at this point. They're keeping the ball away from Portland, and Portland has not been able to run, and therefore we haven't had the shots in the scoring opportunities. The crowd giving them a big round of applause again as they come out. Hopefully this will motivate the Pride, and then they can pick up the pace and put the game back on their terms.
Rubio with the shot is blocked away. Nangitong gives chase and heads it back to Gorsuch. Gorsuch's pass, though, out of the zone is intercepted by Sacramento. Gorsuch with the save, at the rebound is good from Sacramento. Alejandro Caño with the rebound shot over the head of Gorsuch, and Gorsuch couldn't clear. That's the Cardinal sin in hockey, and it becomes the Cardinal sin here for Jim Gorsuch. He's got to get that ball out. Watch it on the replay. He has to get the ball out.
The other one, you notice that the Sacramento players are now distributing themselves. Here it is right here, and a quick shot, putting it up, anticipating that Gorsuch is going to go low for the ball. He chooses a higher route, and he finds the net.
Again, Alejandro Caño given credit for that goal for Sacramento, and you predicted it, Steve. We're right at 5-4, and
if you don't change it
unless
around,
the pace changes, it's going to be 5-5.
It's going to be 5-5 very quickly. The Sacramento now realizes what they're doing is right. They score. The one thing that they've done, I've seen them adjustment, is that they are moving their players when they're taking shots on goal to get to the wings, to get over the side of the goal, rather than all be caught in the circle in the middle. They've got a chance to put the ball back into the net. That showed last one. 5-4. They're going to continue with this.
Knights have really controlled the pace of this game since midway through the first quarter. Portland has not been able to find the formula to beat that in the last 15, 20 minutes of action. Down in the corner, Sacramento working possession. Steve Petuski. Petuski looking for Hansen, gets it knocked away. Now a shot inside, another goal for Sacramento. Playing the boards beautifully inside, and the goal for Sacramento is scored by Luis Mario Orellana. He is better known as Hicks. Yes, I talked with the coach before the game. They refer to him as Hicks. So that's what we're gonna do.
We'll do that. Zeke from Cabin Creek, the Hicks from French Lick, and now just Hicks. Again, what we saw, playing it well. This time they got him caught in the center and able to put the ball right back in. They've learned to play the boards a little bit, and they've got the ball again, and they're on the run.
3 straight goals now for Sacramento, and they're tied at 5. Vasco Rubio working it now for Sacramento as the Knights now hot under the collar looking for the lead. There's a Leonetti is knocked over, and now we're going to have a yellow card come out. That's a warning against one of the Sacramento Knights.
Blakeman, I believe.
Blakeman gets a yellow card. And now he's being ushered off the field. He's going to the penalty box, I believe.
They're playing what you're going to do with the bad boys, and he's going to go get to sit for a while.
Blakeman is going to sit down for a 2-minute penalty, so for the first time tonight, we're going to go on a power play. There you get a good look at Sean Blakeman, preparing number 18, and he's just trying to clean up the window there.
You know, he was a big reason that they started picking up the pace and getting goals. He was directing the attack. I think they're going to miss him there, and that man short, but not having him in the game is a big blow to the Sacramento club.
2-minute penalty now, as Portland now on the power play. 5-on-4 situation, and Sacramento will jump back in their own zone. Here's Black. Black with a shot knocked away. Sacramento looking for possession. Black will get it back. Nice play by the veteran, Ralph Black. The Pride now looking to get it inside. Black in the left wing. Got to get some shots away. Here's a drive. No, it's blocked away. But coming up is goaltender Gorsick at midfield, and he'll get involved in the offense.
You see they're not coming out. They're staying inside the red area. They are in a zone. Whoever has the ball, someone picks him up man-to-man. Everyone else clogs the middle up. Give the keeper all the help you can get. They are running people in front of the goalkeeper to try to distract him, to try to get his sight gone so that you can put a goal into the net.
Black sends it right wing. McCormick at it. Now Laurie with a drive up and over the window. Excellent defense here by the Sacramento Knights on the power play. Good penalty killing, if we can borrow a hockey term. The penalty clock not in effect here, but I would imagine we're down to about 30 seconds left in this power play, just guessing. Here's a short-handed opportunity for Sacramento, and a good save by Gorsick.
This hurts them now. They've got a man trailing, so it's going to be 2 men short at this end if they don't hustle.
Laurie, Glenn Laurie working one-on-one, goes around, had it knocked away. Great defensive play from Sacramento by Petuski. Portland, though, still has possession. Here's McCormick at the red line. Right wing, goes to Laurie. Back to McCormick. McCormick over to Black. Crowd imploring the Pride to shoot. Shoot. Black, though, sends it back out to McCormick. McCormick at the red line, lets it fly 12 feet over the crossbar into section number 7.
They've got to put the ball up. They've got to get some shots on a goal. They've got a man short. They're on the power play. They've got to start attacking the goal. They were the first time they were moving men in front of the goalkeeper, like a cutting through the middle on basketball. They've got to continue that, put the ball up, create some action in front of the net, and that's when you're going to get a goal on the power play.
There's Coach John Bain into the game now, trying to strike up the crew. Nangitong in as well for Portland, along with Neil Megson. Nangitong down on the right wing, had it knocked away. Sacramento now with possession, and the penalty is over. Penalty has expired. So the first power play ever for the Portland Pride comes up empty, and not many shot opportunities on that particular possession. Here's Matthew Nolan, new player in the game for Sacramento. And now Blakeman's going to be whistled for an illegal substitution.
Too many men on the field. nice jumping ability as he leapt all the way over the top of the boards to try to, and he jumped right next to the referee. Of course, everyone in the crowd and the pride pointing, and he gets caught.
Yeah, that was a nice hurdle. You know, he'd be pretty good in a 4x400 relay, but it won't work in this situation. It's got to be difficult on these players, though, because the penalty clock is not in effect, and they kind of have to guess. I would imagine over in the penalty box they're letting them know, but
That's an illegal system substitution by the Sacramento Knights. It's
a warning. Blakeman looked up at the clock as if to say, I don't know when my penalty expires. There's no indication of when I'm supposed to come back into the bench, as he points up to the clock, talking it over with his head coach, Mike O'Malley. That's only a warning, so we're still even strength on both sides. Minute 51 to go, first half. A good one here at the Coliseum tonight as the Pride and the Knights find themselves in a 5-5 tie. There's a shot off the boards. Coming out to make the save is Cards there. Rob Bartz that time with the try. Sacramento now with possession. Down to our left. Here's a shot knocked away nicely by Gorsuch. Good save there. Leonetti battling it over with Patuski on the far wing. And they're going to say...
Very lax defense at that point. Very lax defense. John Bain looked casually over his shoulder. The next thing he saw was a couple Sacramento Knights headed that way, and the ball whizzing past very easily. Could have been another goal. This thing could have been 6-5. They've got an indirect free now, and they're not out of trouble. Blakeman with the ball. Blakeman again.
There's a shot and a score.
6-5. It is now Sacramento's game. Blakeman has been the key, as far as I'm concerned, in turning this around for Sacramento. They're up 6-5 with 1:20 to go.
Boo-Bird's out for the first time. That was just like a wave of blue right in front of the goal mouth. As you see it on the replay here on television, Blakeman had it knocked away. There's two guys there for Sacramento, and Portland's got to do a better job of getting them out of that very crucial area. So Sacramento now has scored 4 straight goals here in the second quarter, and they've worked it to a 6-5 advantage. And the wind is out of the balloon right now if you're a Pride fan. Under a minute to go here in the first half. We're glad you joined us here tonight from Portland's Memorial Coliseum. First ever indoor soccer game for the Portland Pride. And it started out like it was going to be a lot of fun, but lately it's been a lot of nothing.
Well, I think it's a lot of fun, a lot of scoring. We just wish that we'd had a lot more fun and a lot more scoring on our side than their side, if I can take it from Dizzy Dean.
Yeah, you can. You can take it. On the positive side of things, despite the rather poor play here in the second quarter for Portland, they are still very much in this game, only down 6-5 with still a full half to go. Let's see if Portland can get the equalizer here as we're down to 10 seconds to go in the first half. Shot knocked away. Giving chase is Megson. Megson had it knocked away again, and now finally a penalty call.
You got to call the whistle. Got to blow the whistle.
3 seconds to go, and Megson saying, hey, he didn't get out of the way, but the referee Eric Beck says yes he did, and that'll be the end of half number 1. Halftime score, the Sacramento Kings lead it by a score of 6-5. As there you see the penalty on our replay against Megson. Portland never really did get much of a penalty kick, and the Sacramento Knights, Steve Weaver, have got to be very happy about their first half of play. They took the early punches and were able to come back and get right back into this game and, in fact, take the lead as we hit the intermission.
First quarter, Portland much quicker in the wings. They were taking advantage of fast break points. They played the boards an awful lot better. Second period comes around. The Knights get themselves structured. They played a very controlled, very disciplined offense. They dominated. They kept the ball in the end zone that they wanted it. They moved the ball around. Two things that I thought were key. Blakeman and Petruski. They worked very well together out there. When those two were there and Blakeman is controlling the ball, they've got a chance to score.
Cards there had a pretty good second quarter, too, for Sacramento. Made a couple of nice saves and seemed to play position a lot better than he did in that first quarter. All right, our halftime score, 6-5 in favor of Sacramento. We're going to send it back to our local stations and break away and come back with the second half right after this timeout.
Good morning, Harding Industries.
Hi, is Gene in?
Gene is on the road this week. Can I take a message?
You're out of the office, but that doesn't mean you have to be out of touch.
Well, it's very important I get a hold of her.
I can give you her cellular number.
That's because Cellular One covers more of the Northwest than any other cellular provider and puts out more fires.
Gene, good thing I found you.
All of our children deserve a happy and healthy start in life. Hi, I'm Shirley Hancock. You know, childhood is a critical time for developing self-esteem, building relationships, just learning the basic skills. Getting our children off to a good start will help them the rest of their lives.
For free parenting information, counseling, and referrals, call us at the Oregon Committee for the Prevention of Child Abuse.
Help all children receive the care they deserve and build a better future for everyone.
In favor of Sacramento. And joining us here is the commissioner of the Continental Indoor Soccer League, Ron Weinstein. Ron, first of all, welcome to Portland. Nice to have you on hand for a very special night in the Rose City.
Oh, it's a great night for the entire city. It's a great night for the league. This is a wonderful turnout so far. We've had 3 inaugural games, and this is by far the biggest crowd yet. So this is great for me, too.
You've been to all 3 inaugural games, so you've been getting some frequent flyer miles all the way down to Mexico for number 1, to Arizona for number 2, and then here tonight. And you were saying during the break that a lot of these openers started the same way, a lot of scoring early on, and then it kind of settled down into what we can expect the pace to be for the rest of the season.
Yeah, I think the goals that you see right now will actually be the average goals for an entire game. This is how, as you said, this is how the first 3 games